So as the webinar wraps up, I want to talk briefly about, okay, now you have all this information. There's so much to learn. There's so many benefits. There's so many trade-offs and risks of both routes that you need to think about. Where do you get started as a nonprofit? So of course every situation is different, but there's a few general things that I can say. The first one is there may be situations where really just the cloud isn't a good fit for you. And if that's you, then you should just realize that, understand it, and it's okay that it's not going to be a good fit. So first of all, if you do, as I said, have a very politically sensitive mission or have extremely sensitive data for some reason that you do not want to have in the cloud, then that is something to be cautious of, or especially maybe just put extra care into making sure that your cloud providers have really good security standards. The second one is if you're working in an area where you don't have a lot of internet availability, as I said before, like in rural regions or in some developing countries, then the cloud might not be a good option for you. The third point, I'm not saying that you shouldn't move to the cloud if you don't have existing infrastructure. I'm just saying that you have to think about it more clearly. One of the reasons that the cloud is such a good choice for really small organizations is because they have zero infrastructure. So the move to the cloud is really easy, fast. It's a bit of a no-brainer because you can get so much more than you could ever get without being in the cloud. If you do have existing infrastructure, think about, okay, what would a migration take? Am I going to be able to do all of the same things in the cloud that I can do with my current setup right now? What are the benefits of each option? And just consider the costs in the process a little bit more carefully. The second thing that anyone can do right now is just experiment. There's so many cloud tools out there. A lot of them are really easy. You just sign up and can get a version for free right away. So it's something that you can do really just right after this webinar. And there's so many cloud tools, it's almost hard to know where to get started. So one of the really great resources that I would suggest is called platformation.ca, and they provide reviews of various different cloud tools, and that's done from a nonprofit perspective. So even if you're not sure about the rest of your organization using the cloud and you just want to try it out for yourself, you can really come at it incrementally and just sign up, see if you like it, see if you can get someone else using it, or just continue using yourself. And then maybe at some point it might make sense to move to a paid version. There's a lot of really low, not central activities that you can do, or you do experiment. And if you are considering a bigger migration to the cloud, such as moving your email system, such as moving your database, you definitely do want to plan carefully. So think of it like any other migration you're doing. You need to ask some questions, you need to think about really what your needs are, plan out your requirements, and figure out how to make that move and how to get, for some of these things, you may need to get help to guide you through that transition. So do you have the correct expertise that you need?